Hello, my name is warrenwoodhouse and welcome to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/warrenwoodhouse, and the video is today Fallout 4 PS4 NUKA-WORLD DLC, also good up trophy walkthrough, thank you. And make sure to only use the NUKA mixes crafted using collectible drinks. Use only NUKA mix recipe drinks. You can find those recipe books listed at fallout.wikia.com/wiki/NUKA-Cola recipes. Make sure to only use crafted mixes on the following creatures in NUKA-WORLD: ants, flying ants, swarms, rad rats, gator claws, gazelles, bloodworms, bromeliads, longhorns, and cave crickets. Make sure to only take out more than 5 to 6 of them, because, well, if you calculate it up properly, it actually calculates to 40 to 45, which you actually only want to take out 40 of them. So you want to use only the mixes. The mixes have, say, NUKA mix on it. Do not use NUKA-Cola. It's spelled N-E-W-K-A. NUKA-Cola will not work. And the normal NUKA-Cola variants, NUKA-Cola Wild, NUKA-Cola Victory, NUKA-Cola Dark, all of them will not work. Only use the ones that you find with the recipe books. The recipe books become almost like a miscellaneous quest in a way. It's like collecting bobbleheads in a way, and basically what you're doing is collecting the recipe books. The recipe books, you can find one, everyone will give you one, NUKA Love. The rest of them you have to find. You find one at the power station called NUKA Power, and there's one in the fun house, in the control room where Oswald was hiding. These recipe books will grant you the ability to craft NUKA mixes at the NUKA mix station. So make sure you collect like NUKA-Colas, NUKA-Cola Dark, NUKA-Cola Quantum, NUKA-Wild. Make sure you collect as many of them as possible, and more than 10 if you can, because you obviously need them. And other things like mute fruits and other stuff, and you can make all the mixes. Once you do that, you get the beverager trophy, which you want. And then after that, you want to just focus on this trophy, because this trophy pretty much on par with that. So it's just pretty much straight after. Once you made all the beverages, just use the beverages on these creatures. The rad rats you'll find near the entrance to, between Kitty Kingdom and Nuka Town, USA. The cave crickets are on, if you're looking at the map, it'll be on the eastern side of Kitty Kingdom. Also, bromeliads pretty much around, but you'll find them more in the north. Bromeliad longhorns and bromeliads are just shy north of the NUKA-Cola bottling plant, and the ants around there. Sorry, the ants around there, and cave crickets are around there as well. And the gazelles are around Kitty Kingdom, and the bromeliad and bromeliad longhorns are north of the angry anaconda, which is just on the outskirts of Safari Adventure. The ants and flying ant swarms you can find around NUKA-WORLD, but they're mostly near the entrance of Galactic Zone. And bloodworms are on the other side of this top mountain, hanging in the grass and things. Make sure you take out the infected ones first. The gator claws will sometimes respawn in Safari Adventure, even if you've already taken that part over. Make sure to come back frequently in the game, through the in-game weeks and months, obviously. I would probably advise doing other miscellaneous quests in the Commonwealth until then, like doing shank jobs for Shank, and other things like that. But pretty much it wasn't that hard of a trophy, really. It was not. I would say advisably start it as soon as you start the NUKA-WORLD thing, because some of the NUKA beverages the NUKA mixes, you will find the ones that you can craft. Some of them you can pick up, like NUKA Berry, NUKA Bomb Drop, and NUKA Love, NUKA Power, NUKA Sunrise. You can find the majority of them around in the access tunnels and things, so make sure you collect them, all of them, before you even reach NUKA-WORLD. And once you do reach NUKA-WORLD, use them on the creatures. You'll find rad rats in the access tunnels between between Nuka Station and NUKA-WORLD in Nuka Town, USA. But yes, the majority of them, it's a very easy trophy. It's not that hard. Believe me, it's not. So yeah, the targets you want to avoid using is like feral ghouls, painted feral ghouls, nuka lurks, myalurks, quantum myalurks, because you just be wasting value resources. The easier targets are the gazelles, and they spawn pretty much outside the Kiddie Kingdom. The hardest targets are the bloodworms, and I advise making sure that you are level 80 or higher. The gator claws will sometimes spawn in the car park west of the map, just like on the outside of Galactic Zone. They also spawn a couple of times during the Safari Adventure main quest to liberate that section of NUKA-WORLD, but they will often respawn in a few weeks or so. I'm just reading what I wrote, 'cause it's easier. The ants will obviously be around the stumps and drain pipes and things, and flying ant swarms are pretty much the same. Cave crickets, there's some just south of Wixon's Shovel Museum, and that's if you go further south. Rad rats sometimes respawn around the exterior walls of the park. The rad rats also spawn one time inside Safari Adventure during the main quest, obviously to liberate that section. Bloodworms also spawn inside Dry Rock Gulch during the main quest. So if you already have and some of the public toilets round the NUKA-WORLD bottling plant in Nuka Town, USA, make sure you have obviously the we're heading towards Kiddie Kingdom, but round this area is what looks like a little mini hideout thing. But it's where some rad rats are normally. And those rad rats one of them was infected, a couple of them are infected, but make sure you kill them though. Make sure you kill them dead on, the infected ones first, obviously. I actually collected the star cores already. I collected them all. It didn't even glitch for that, thank God. But the bloodworms, obviously, they spawn throughout the main quest in Dry Rock Gulch. Brahmas, they spawn just outside the front entrance of Safari Adventure, grazing on the ground. Brahmas also spawn one time on the outside of Safari Adventure during the main quest to liberate that section. Brahmanath longhorns can be seen north of the angry anaconda of Safari Adventure. And I put my trophy on my website anyway, and my guide link is in the thing. It is literally in the description, so you can't really miss it. But it's called warrenwoodhouse.wiki.com/wiki/guides to the two dots Fallout 4 /all_sugared_trophy_ FO4NW_trophy_guide close bracket. And well, that's it. It's easy, isn't it? All I need to get now is the eyes on the prize trophy, because I'm already 52,941 tickets already in. So the majority of them tickets you can find around, and they sometimes respawn at the Nuka station in the Commonwealth section. Sometimes the tickets respawn there. Make sure you pick as many of them tickets up as you can, people, because you get lovely prizes. Those lovely prizes are here for everybody. Come and pick one today. Why not come down here to Planet City? We can have some nice lovely food. My nice 7X. No, my 7X, it's not that, sorry. Not even close. I'm gonna keep working on it. I like that thing that Kay said. I wanted you to keep your eyes on the road off me arse. Wow. Well, if she didn't have such a perfectly rounded arse. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Yeah, Preston. Yeah, he is. I think he is a simp. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Because he's just. He never really talks about his past in the Minutemen. Neither does Pound and Dance. Pound and Dance doesn't, tell us about himself being in the Brotherhood of Steel. All he says is that he's in the Brotherhood of Steel and that he wants to rid the world of simps. Pretty much the same as Preston. Sure, but even if you take out the Institute, Preston's not happy. Why? It just doesn't make sense. Sure, he'll be happy if you kill all the simps. Just doesn't really quite compute. Maybe he was one of them runaway simps. Maybe he just tried to fake it all and Deacon probably just. Sturgis probably just got involved somehow. Maybe Sturgis was part of the railroad. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Like I said, this is south of Wixon's Shovel Museum, where the cave crickets come up. Make sure you take them out as best you can. I'm using the Deliverer, but I've fully upgraded it because now it looks like a James Bond badass. I can't wait for the next Bond 25 film coming out. I believe. I mean, it's no official name yet, is there? But I wasn't really convinced with that guy playing as the bad guy, like Blofeld in Spectre. What's his name? Christoph Waltz. I wasn't really convinced by his approach to Blofeld. He looked in some of the scenes. He looked like he was laughing, trying to tell a joke in the scene. It didn't convince me fully. However, I do appreciate his acting, but he's just not a serious actor. He's a comedian. He's not. I mean, if you really want to see his comedy, I mean, he's in the Green Hornet film, and I have to say his acting in that is really good, but it's still comedy. He's a comedian. Him doing serious. The only other film I think he's serious in is Big Eyes, which is actually based on a true story, true event actually, true story and true events. So about I think was it about a pop artist who was playing as Keynes. Right. Yeah, right, yeah. Wow. Hey, check it out. I'm smart, I am. I'm a guy that knows a whole lot of stuff, believe me. My mum goes like, where'd you get all this knowledge from? And I'm going like, sometimes I get it from the Tinternet, as my sister calls it, Tinternet. And I sometimes get information from history books and from watching films, just generally watching films. I'm playing video games because you'd be quite amazed at how many people are out there that are famous autistic people. And I'm very proud of them because I'm autistic myself. You have David Bowie, and then you got Peter Tork of the Monkees. Like I said, you got David Bowie, got Tim Burton, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson. That's just to name a few of the autistic people in the world. I mean, you even got the guy Alan Turing, the guy who actually decrypted the Enigma machine. I mean, that's some serious shit. That guy knew what he was doing. What else? Sir Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs. Mark Zuckerberg? Bill Gates? Yep, they're all autistic. Just like me. Aha, trophy. Well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my wonderful YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/warrenwoodhouse for more.